Hello everyone, my name is Abdul and I'm doing my MBA in Kipran University in Canada. Today I'll be shooting a small video on Indonesia with regards to its economy. Indonesia is a nation which is made up of over 17,000 islands in Southeast Asia. The capital, Jakarta, is found on the island of Java and is the largest city in the country. Indonesia shares borders with Papua New Guinea, Malaysia, and East Timor, and is close to Singapore, Australia, and the Philippines. According to the 2010 national census, Indonesia has a population of over 230 million people, representing over 300 distinct ethnic groups and 742 different languages. The official language is simply called Indonesian. Although the population is spread over a large number of islands and could easily be divided by language, culture, or religion, Indonesians have a sense of nationality which ties them all together. I have used a Peston analysis to examine the factors that contribute to the economic future of Indonesia. The Peston analysis is made up of the following factors. There are political factors, economic factors, social factors, technological factors, legal factors, and environmental factors. Let's take a brief look at some of the topics which make up each factor. First, political factors. Indonesia is considered to be a new democracy and has had two national elections since President Suharto resigned following the Indonesian Revolution in 1998. Suharto ruled the nation for over 30 years, but was forced to resign following the economic crisis in Southeast Asia in 1997 and 1998. The military played a major political role during the Indonesian Revolution and in the years followed Suharto's resignation. Since Indonesia's first ever democratic elections in 2004, the military has played less of a role politically. Successful and peaceful elections were also held in 2009, with the next election scheduled for 2014. Indonesia has the world's largest Muslim population, but is not considered to be an Islamic state since the country has no official religion. Census information from 2010 indicates that over 86% of Indonesians are Muslim. Because of this, Indonesia can act as a bridge between the Middle East and the Asia-Pacific region to discuss and help resolve global Islamic issues. Next is the economic factor. Indonesia has the largest economy in Southeast Asia. Because of its geography and climate, the agriculture industry has become the largest employer. The islands that make up Indonesia are rich in natural resources. Indonesia is the world's largest producer and exporter of palm oil, which is abundant all over the island. The Indonesia economy depends on export for support. Its location between the India and Pacific Oceans puts it on major trade routes. Products most commonly exported are oil, gas, appliances, rubber, and minerals. Its biggest trade partners are Japan, the European Union, the United States, and China. As mentioned earlier, the Indonesian economy was hit very hard by the 1997 and the 1998 economic crisis. After decades of economic stability, cracks in the system were exposed, and the Indonesian economy collapsed. Prior to the crisis, the Indonesian rupee was doing very well, trading around 2,000 rupees per 1 US dollar. But during the economic crisis, the rupee tripled to nearly 18,000 rupees per 1 US dollar. Over the past few years, the rupee has stabilized between 8,000 to 12,000 rupees per US dollar. While many countries faced hard economic times during the past few years, Indonesia's economy wasn't hit as hard as most. There was some drops in trade from 2011 to 2012. As we can see from this chart, this was the first time the Indonesian economy recorded an annual trade deficit, as shipments of most of the country's major trading partners fell during global economic slowdown. Although Indonesia's per capita GDP exceeds 3,000 US dollars, it is a poor country. Income distribution is uneven. There is a large young workforce, but the economy is not growing quickly enough to fix the problem of unemployment. In February 2011, the unemployment rate was 6.8%. Due to the geographical layout of Indonesia, a national infrastructure plan is necessary but very difficult to create. In recent years, there has been an increase in Islamic financing, a rapidly growing area of the world economy. Indonesia currently has only a 3% market share, so growth prospects for Islamic banking in a country with such a large Muslim population are enormous. Next up is the social factors. Population is a major factor to the Indonesian economy. In 2010, 44% of residents were under 25. There is a potential to have a large workforce. Indonesia is a very diverse country. Because of its location, Indonesia has become home to a variety of ethnic groups. Most settled there after finding the area during early trading periods. As mentioned earlier, Indonesia has a very large Muslim population. In 2011, the Indonesian Sunni and Shia Council was formed. The council uses open dialogues to discuss issues of religion, politics, and society, and holds social activities and gathering to reinforce the idea of solidarity for all Indonesians. Migration affects Indonesian society. There are about 4.3 million Indonesian residents living and working outside the country. Most of them are females. In 2006, 75% of all Indonesians migrant workers were female. This indicates there is a continuous demand for Indonesian domestic workers abroad. Now for the technological factors. Indonesia currently has a profitable aircraft manufacturing industry and supplies military planes to South Korea. In 2010, the Indonesian government committed more than 205 million US dollars to the Ministry of Technology and Research to advance technological research in the country. Airways and waterways are efficient system, which is important as these are the only ways to keep the islands of the archipelago nation connected. In addition, Indonesia is currently investing to improve the national transport system, particularly regarding roads and bridges, though funding is currently not available. The following news report from February 2013 explains.
There's also a pressing need to build and expand airports. This promotional film shows what Jakarta's international airport could look like next year. It has a yearly capacity of 22 million passengers, but already handles more than 50 million. The government has yet to decide whether to build a bigger airport. It's been hampered by land issues and budget constraints.
No, I think it's very hard to believe about it. Because number one, where is the money that they try to invest? Because we don't have much in our budget for especially the money for infrastructures, This is what I can see, because even the budget for subsidies is bigger than for infrastructures.
Another way Indonesia is looking to use technology for economic gain is by increasing cellular technology infrastructure. So farmers in rural areas can monitor demand for crops. Indonesia currently ranks 5th worldwide in both the number of active Twitter accounts and actual Twitter activities. Now for the legal factors. The Indonesian legal system has seen dramatic changes in economic, political, and social policies since the Indonesian Revolution in 1997. The IMF has been behind most reforms. Government corruption is a major issue which has both political and legal implications. A national anti-corruption commission investigates cases of corruption within the Indonesian government. Finally, the environmental factors. Due to its location, Indonesia is at risk of being affected by natural disasters. These disasters are not only a danger to the Indonesian people, but they can negatively affect the agriculture sector of the economy. Since they are unpredictable and uncontrollable, they may be one of the largest threats to the Indonesian economy. As you can tell, Indonesia went through really rough times, and they're trying as much as possible to regain stability, and they're looking to be stable in the future as well. There are certain industries in Indonesia that are doing a very good job, and some of them are not doing a very good job too. They're not showing any potential. As long as the political system in Indonesia stays stable, then the economy will remain stable as well. I hope this video was helpful, and thank you for watching.